Hi guys, Wolfie here, and today I did the Tokyo 600 in the GTR safety car, just for something a little bit different, and did a pretty quick tune, and just tried some different things out. Thankfully you can get the torque vectoring system with this car, so for the first couple of laps I basically ran at 50-50, which is good. It helps you just get some control around the corners, and you can be a little bit more adventurous. And I'll show you the tune at the end. I'll just quickly show you a couple of the laps. So for the first lap I ran at fuel mix 1. And you'll notice this car gets off the mark pretty quick. Tuned it up to get as much power out of it as I can, using a little bit of ballast as well, and I've had to push a little bit of that to the front of the car, but with the torque vectoring it's actually not too noticeable. So first corner I managed to take, probably 10-12 spaces. Got a little bit too adventurous here, but thankfully didn't hit anyone. And got myself up into P6. I'd quickly lose that though, back to the Porsche. But thankfully the first lap wasn't too bad. So I ran it at fuel map 1 until I managed to get to first place, and then dropped it down to about fuel map 2, fuel map 3, just to get myself through to 6 laps. Now at the end of lap 6 I pit, and at this stage I changed the torque vectoring and put the split back to 70-30, which is the default for the torque vectoring system. And at this stage, obviously, I've dropped P1 and P2, but it won't be long before I catch those two cars and be back out in front. So once again, I used fuel map 1 until I got in front of these two cars, and then I was back to maybe fuel map 2, I think, for the rest of the race. So one lap later I'm ahead of them, because they're all pitting anyway. Did some pretty fast laps, 2:06, and basically finished the race in 26 minutes, 26.45, so that wasn't too bad. I was pretty happy with that, especially for my first go. And this car, it's actually quite fun to use. You might want to play around with some of the tuning that I've done. It's only my first crack at it, but it's definitely a competitive car, and it's good to have just something a little bit different. So I'll give you a gaze at the tune. Now, as I was saying, I used quite a bit of ballast, and I pushed it all up the front. But it's not too uncontrollable, and it's good. It gives you that extra bit of power and allows you to get some pretty quick lap times. As you can see there, I was doing 2:06s, which isn't too bad. So I've got the sports hards on, obviously, and my body height I adjusted up a little bit as well. I just noticed it gave me a bit more control. So pause here if you want to take down any of these details. Now you might want to play around with it a little bit, but as you can see I managed to get 100% out of the power restrictor and 97% out of the ECU. That's only because I've put so much ballast on and pushed it all forward. But you might want to play around with that as well and just find something that's comfortable for you. Other than that, I've got the high RPM turbo, the anti-lag systems on weak. I've got the racing silencer and the racing slotted discs and racing pads, obviously. Other than that, the increased body rigidity was the only other thing. And that's how I managed it. So it's pushing 736 bhp, and it is a heavy car, so you're going to want to be careful around some of the corners. Anyway, I hope you liked that tune, and if you wanted to see more or if you've got any ideas, feel free to mention it down in the comment section, and I'll see if I can give it a go. Until then, take care. Bye.